No frills, no filter, only real talk, see? Just give me a mic. Check 1, 2, 3. What's up? You know what we talking. We ain't playing over here at LFG. Haters gonna say, we from LFG, boy. We take you to the moon.
Hello and welcome, folks, to episode 16 of Mission Control. Anita, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing spectacular. We got quite a few things to share tonight, and we got some breaking news that came in the morning that I am very excited to share, but that's going to be closer towards the end episode. And
You know, that's going to be news for me too, because I have no idea what you're talking
I haven't
about,
told her.
what just happened.
I have not told her. I'm fishing for live reaction. There are two stories that we're going to cover. One is very significant to the entirety of Web3 world, and the other one is just crazy. Also very important, but more crazy than important. Anyway,
I like crazy stories. Those are my favorite. I can't wait. I'm
see?
excited for you to share.
See, and like I would not believe the story if the article did not provide proof. That's how crazy it is. That's anyway. I digress. I shouldn't be talking about this right now. Anita, how would you like to kick things off with the first item on our docket?
Do it. Now, before we do anything else, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when all the new shit's coming out. And yeah, so for all of our partners, all of their Discord links and all of that are in the description box below. So make sure you. All right, so let's get started. So last week we spoke about DataGram. Now, with DataGram, we are going to have a game night, like a community game night tonight. We're going to have one tomorrow as well, and also it looks like, sorry, I get really confused with all these times because we post them in Southeast Asian time too. So we're gonna have one today, so tonight, tomorrow night, and also it's gonna be Saturday, but technically for them it's Sunday. So the time tonight is going to be at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST, which is 6 p.m. for me. So I hope you're all confused. Please make
That's
sure we're all
that's 2 hours from now, folks. 2 hours from now.
correct. 2 hours from now. Okay. So the game we're playing tonight is called Quick Wit, and it's one of those fun party games. So we will be announcing the game room link 10 minutes before we start the game, and it's going to be in the announcements channel in Discord. So make sure you use your Discord handle so that we can post it on the leaderboard accordingly. And if you use a fake name, you are not getting points. So that's how it works. Make sure you use your Discord handle. Make sure it is in our Discord in DataGram, okay? So we will make sure we see you there. It's going to be fun. Bring your best answers. I hope it's chaotic, and I hope it's great because it's going to be everyone voting on the best responses.
Oh,
Right?
those types of games are always
Yeah.
fun. Like
Yeah. So it's going to be like Jackbox.
exactly. If you've never played Jackbox, if you've never had an opportunity to play it with a group of people, group of friends, you should most definitely give it a shot. And do tune in tonight. I'm assuming it's going to get pretty spicy pretty quick because that's just the trajectory for these games.
I hope it does. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be the first one that we host. So hopefully, I don't know if Jason's going to be there. I hope he's there because that's going to give us some really interesting answers as well. So bring your fun. We will see you guys tonight. All right?
Yes,
In
we
2
will.
hours. 2 hours.
2 hours from now.
All right. And next up, we have MetaFlora. Woo, MetaFlora. Yay. So I know. It seems like I'm very biased. I'm not biased. I swear I'm not biased. I'm just really excited for everything that they're doing. So again, since the last time we talked about them, we have a few really interesting developments, and here they are. So MetaFlora is making huge strides in the cannabis space by making meaningful connections and looking for like-minded orgs. And as we've seen in the recent past, they don't just plan to stop just yet. So we're going to hear all the things that MetaFlora has done in the Web3 space, well, Web2 as well. So first of all, let's talk about the X Space hosted by Jelani DSW from Desi.world, where Greg and Jelani had a wonderful conversation about the future of cannabis and decentralization. Next, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say it's always good to just spread the word a little bit because again, what they're doing is a little complex and grasping the entirety of it from a one-liner. You're most likely to catch on the interwebs because that's just how the internet works these days. Is a little difficult, but what they do is very important. And if you do want to learn about what they've been up to, what their plans are, and what they're planning to do later on, you can always check out the spaces that is linked in the description, or you can go directly to their Discord channel and their website. All of the information again is pinned in the description, and I'm gonna let you take it away from here, Anita.
Correct. Now, about the Web 2 world, the annual Niagara Falls 420 Expo just happened at the end of April, obviously 420. So, where there was another special episode of Beyond the Haze. So, we got to listen to Canna Claus talk about why weed belongs on blockchain. Canna Claus, I like that quite a bit. And if that statement is outrageous to you, you must be new to around these parts. But you know what? That's okay. Canna Claus, I like it. So there's a few reasons for cannabis to exist on blockchain, which some of you might have already heard about, but it's just typically a buzzword thrown around with little to no explanation. So let us ease you into why MetaFlora is doing what they're doing. So in short, decentralization and transparency is what cannabis could use, and MetaFlora is on a mission to do just that. So let's talk about the two infamous blockchain buzzwords, okay? So the first one, what is it? Decentralization. The core principle is very simple. Data and all the information surrounding cannabis should be decentralized. So that means no one, as in no single organization or person, will have the power over all of the information, research, and data. Now, the question is, who is in charge of these things? And that's a great question. If it's under one person, who's like the big brother of them all? You know what I mean? Like, who's the one guy that's watching and that's like, no, Nita, you got it wrong. That's not what purple haze is. Like,
yeah, who died and made you the captain of wheat strains?
Like, all right, so you want to pull all that together, and it would be nice. Now, the people, the scientists, and the customers or consumers and producers, in short, anyone who cares and can contribute to the overall data stored on blockchain. So those will be the people in charge, not just one big giant CEO, like I said, big brother that was like, hey, I own all the information and I publish what's out there. No, it's a collective. Everyone does it as a collective, and that's a great thing.
Yep. This way we can offset all kinds of difficulties that we're seeing in the space right now with all of the supposed lobbying, alleged lobbying and whatnot. But the idea here is, again, fairly simple. People who are actually responsible for research, people who are passionate about what they're doing, about cannabis and everything that's surrounding the space, will be able to contribute on the same level as anyone else. And all of that will be stored and recorded on blockchain, and all of that will be absolutely irrefutable. And it also gives us the opportunity to talk about the next thing on the docket here, Anita. So,
So transparency.
Exactly.
That is what's next. Now, what is transparency? Just kidding. Of course, you guys know what it is. Anytime anyone decides to make a contribution to the existing data stored on blockchain, the rest of the ecosystem will be able to see what's going on and where the data is coming from. So free of political and social media noise, free from all the misinformation, because the source is right there. So transparency. Everything's going to be there. You can see what's happening all the time. It's not just, I want to make that horrible comparison to the Bible and the church. Don't come after me. It's just a comparison, but it's what the person up top and in power wants you to see and read and only know, right? They're not going to give you everything. With transparency, they're going to show you everything. So
And it's not
there's
a
none of that.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, sorry. And it's not necessarily just that. It's been very difficult to find information. It's been incredibly difficult to find reliable sources. And the way the social media is structured, the entire idea behind what's going on right now and why social media is in the state we're seeing it is because all social media is looking for is engagement, is clicks, is all they want is just get your eyes on the content that's out there, and that creates certain problems, including um, all kinds of clickbait, including all kinds of misinformation, just to get you to engage with the content that's out there. But if there is a single source of truth that records everything, that's open to absolutely everyone, it just makes things simpler for you as a person yourself or as an entity to be able to zero in on the information you're looking for without having to navigate things like fucking, I don't know, BuzzFeed and Quora and all these other platforms, which are not bad platforms. They're there for a reason, but they're trying to make up for what the internet is missing right now. And with the use of blockchain,
What
we're
is the
just
internet missing? I said, what
transparency
is the Thank you.
and decentralization for that matter. But we're not gonna talk about that too much here tonight. But you all know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Anyway,
Now, oh, I froze.
I think you're good.
So, with all these things said, how could MetaFlora utilize these things for cannabis? Hmm? Great question. Well, anything from testing results, cannabinoids, effects of how the cannabinoids, and so much more. Now, how would this benefit you as a consumer? Well, it would be not it it would not be nice to know exactly. Let me rephrase that. Would it be nice? Sorry, I can't talk today. Wouldn't it be nice if you knew exactly what you're buying and what you're paying for, right? Because it's near impossible to, verify anything on the way and in the way, and also like during when everything's handled, right? So it's going to be a lot easier, I would say, to see what is happening to the product, what is exactly in there, and everything along the way of production. So
Exactly.
that is exactly why there is transparency there.
Yeah. MetaFlora is striving toward the future where all of the research and all of the information on all of the strains, cannabinoids, etc., anything that has to do with cannabis and all of the things that are currently kept under wraps for one reason or another. The biggest reason that I know of in my what's the word I'm looking for in my feeble mind, the biggest problem right now is
In your humble opinion.
there it is. In my humble opinion, you're right. Yeah, but in my humble opinion, currently, a lot of the problems with cannabis come from misguided regulations and all of these knee-jerk reactions that severely limit what could be done. But people are currently working on making things better, and MetaFlora is doing exactly that because verifying strains, verifying information about cannabis on chain would make it a whole lot simpler for the reasons we've just talked about, for the reasons we've just covered.
So that is exciting. I'm super excited to see what comes in the next few months. And again, I'm not biased, y'all, but yay, MetaFlora!
Okie doke, folks. I'm gonna take it away here because I get to talk about Valley.
Valley! See, I'm not biased, y'all.
Yeah, speaking about not being biased, am I right? So, as always, Valley had been busy. You guys see them in Discord all the time. You guys see everything that's happening. But if you have not had a chance, if you have not seen the previous episode of Mission Control, where we brought on Even Wave to talk a little bit about what is going on with the ecosystem, there were a few major changes, including the Season 1 officially kicking off, and a sneaky leak that we got to see last time. And if you were not there because you were a square, I am going to show it off here in a moment. But before I get into that, the game itself is called Missile Defender. We got to dissect it just a little bit during the stream. We got to talk to Evenwave, pick his brain, see if we can squeeze out any more information on what the game is going to be and when it is coming. And the best answer I got, even after interrogating him off stream, is soon. So, yeah, just stay tuned. Valley reports on the news and everything that's going on. They keep they keep on the ball. They stay on the ball. Something like that. Sports metaphor, very cool. They always report what's going on. They always make sure you guys are in the loop, and I'm here to spread that information a little further and provide them an additional medium for this information. But there are more things that are happening for Valley that you guys will be excited about. Now then, a few things. This happened on numerous occasions when we talked to Evenwave, whether it happened on stream, off stream, in Discord. But he did on multiple occasions have talked about potential of Valley Arcade tournament, but we have not seen many more details about what that's going to look like, how that's going to work, or when it is happening. But very recently, for you folks in Discord, there was a poll. On which game should be featured in the next tournament. Oops. Excuse me, just trying to pull up my my media share, and it's just misbehaving, but that's all right.
Did you get any more leaks?
So, the leaks. I do have leaks, but you will have to give me just one moment.
Oh, there are leaks, y'all.
Yeah, of course there are leaks. So, here is. Oopsie. Here is the actual poll that took place just beginning the 1st of May, and it wrapped up very recently. I believe it was yesterday. And we've seen a few cool revelations from the community on what their favorite game is, what they want to see, and a few just outright crazy things that I will not stand for, and this is a hill that I am willing to die on for sure. So we're going to kick things off with Spinfire, because Spinfire won the poll by a practical landslide, and right after that, we see Down Deep, which I would say is a usual suspect, taking the second spot. And right after that, the first revelation that we're going to see is Chain Blocks and Mole Patrol tying for the third spot. And while I did expect Chain Blocks there, because I see the community support, I see how much people enjoy the game, I guess I just was not paying enough attention to Mole Patrol and how much people enjoy just smacking the moles around, making sure the moles are not having a good time. But I agree. We do need to keep the moles in check. I can only imagine the havoc they're wreaking on like local neighborhoods and stuff. If you see a mole, make sure to give it a good slap. Make sure to flick it in the face, however you prefer to play the game. But right after Chain Blocks and Mole Patrol, in the next spot, we got Flutter. Again, a usual suspect, the pioneer of the Valley Arcade and the Valley tournaments. We've seen those tournaments happen. They were very fun. I remember the first one. The first one held in Discord. A lot of the tracking was done manually. Big shout to Nephilim Haas for keeping tabs on everything going and updating the leaderboard. Must have been a nightmare with all the entries, but it did happen. It did work out. We've seen the winners. We've seen what they could do, and since then the game had changed a great bit. With more additions, with more tweaks, and I'm looking forward to more of these happening in the future. But now I'm going to talk about the most outrageous thing that happened during this poll, and I cannot stand for this, but Memory Match, one of my most favorite games, took the 5th spot, completely uncalled for, and again, in my humble opinion, perhaps some folks in the community are just not great on memorizing cards and shapes, but listen, I get it. But in either case, Evenwave, do better. We need the tournament on Memory Match. It is one of my favorite games. It should have a tournament. It deserves one. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you're listening right now, because if you're not, I'll be hunting you down. I will be finding you eventually. And last but not least, we got Space Battle, and I can definitely see why people may not want a Space Battle tournament, because some of the runs I've watched Evenwave blast through were a little lengthy, and I could definitely see how that could be limiting to a competitive setting. So, with all that said, we got a few more things to share with you. Let's see. So, I had a conversation with a very trusted source. Some of you may know him. He appears on stream occasionally. He goes by Evenwave. And I was told that these tournaments are going to become a more regular thing in the very near future, meaning we're going to see a lot more tournaments, we're going to see a lot more events, etc., etc. So, if you've been around the block, or maybe you are new in here, now is a great time to get involved because you can play Valley Arcade games. You can put your name on leaderboards, global leaderboards, visible, accessible by everyone in the world, and earn some tickets, which eventually you'll be able to claim the Valley tokens for once the TG event goes live. But in the meantime, just another reminder that the new ticket system for the Valley ecosystem kicked off with the new season, and at this point, and will forever remain the same. The Valley Arcade is completely free to play, but if you want to earn tickets, you will have to spend a little tickets. It costs just 5 tickets per leaderboard play, and leaderboard play is where your score is actually counted towards the leaderboard, and your leaderboard position decide how many tickets you will get in the end of the day. Again, depending on your performance, completely merit based. And if you have no frame of reference for how much 5 tickets actually is, you can check out the short video pinned in the description on how on how much Even Wave and I have earned by playing Valley Arcade every day for 7 days for just 1 hour. But spoiler alert, you can most definitely make more tickets than you spend, so long as you can do fairly well with the arcade games. And my performance was not anything special, but I've definitely made up for the tickets spent. And on top of that, in a week, in a day, I made more tickets by playing the arcade than by running the node. So right now is definitely a great time to hop in, start playing, start earning those tickets. And you can do that right now. Again, completely free to play. And let me see.
Get those tickets, y'all, because like, what better way to get tickets than just playing games, even like whack-a-mole. Like, that shit's fun, guys. Let's be
Whack-a-mole is
real.
good. We love whack-a-mole. Okay. So, let's see what is up next. I guess while we're talking about Valley, I should talk about this as well, because tomorrow at 11 a.m. EDT, Valley will be attending the Network Spotlight podcast along with Helix, and the topic of discussion is going to be the future of Web3 gaming, and who is a better person to talk about this stuff than Johnny himself. He will be there representing Valley, and we're going to see a person representing Helix, who I'm not sure I can share that just yet, but we do know who that person is, and we have them locked in. However, the link is pinned in the description. I strongly suggest you visit the podcast tomorrow. It is going to be powered by us, because you will get to learn about Helix and all the things surrounding it and their plans, in addition to just a pleasant discussion about the future of Web3 gaming. Okay.
I'm excited.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. I mean, so are we. So are we. And it's going to be exciting just to hear about all of the gaming and our very beloved Johnny, right, from Valley. So let's hear all about it tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in.
Yep, absolutely. And now, off to the news around Web3, because again we got two great stories to cover tonight. One of them is
What you got?
a whole lot crazier than the other one, and we're gonna kick things off with the one that's more significant to the general Web3 space, because this literally just in, as I was writing this
So I need
bit in
to
the
ask
morning.
you before you start, like, how crazy is it? Like, I need to brace myself or like prepare for this.
I would
Like-
say it's pretty crazy, like surprisingly crazy.
Oh,
But
okay, I'm
it's,
not gonna.
it's the
I'm
second
not gonna
one.
look at anything. I'm just gonna have you tell us.
Yeah, it's
I'm
the
not gonna look at
second one.
anything.
The first one is more important, so let's start with the first one. So, Anita, what do you know about New Hampshire?
Nothing. I'm sorry.
Listen, I get it. And New Hampshire is most known for its beautiful vistas. You can see one right here in the background.
Okay.
And on top of that, they're also a very they play a very important part in the politics of the United States, because they are the first state to vote in the primaries. And they have been swaying
Okay.
between the two parties, from what I understand, which is a good sign. We're seeing a lot of that happening right now, specifically with the Congress and all of the comings and goings, but I'm not going to get into the details just yet. The part I'm here to talk about is the fact that New Hampshire becomes the first state to approve crypto reserve law. So,
Okay.
and
Do share.
and before we get into the nitty gritty, did you know that the state motto for New Hampshire is "Live free or die"? How metal?
Interesting.
How metal is that for an actual state? Live free or die.
I mean, I dig it. I dig it.
Okay, all right. So, in addition to all the stuff I just talked about, beautiful mountains, amazing lakes and rivers, etc., etc., New Hampshire has become the first U.S. state to authorize the investment of public funds into cryptocurrency reserve. And that happened on May 26, which is today. Governor Kelly Ayotte signed House Bill 302 into law, permitting the state treasurer to allocate up to 5% of the public funds into digital assets and precious metals. And this legislative move positions New Hampshire ahead of other states and even the federal government in integrating currency into cryptocurrency into state level financial strategies. So, before we get too crazy, I'm going to talk about a few things a little deeper here because the law allows up to 5% of the state's public funds to be invested in eligible digital assets and precious metals. So it's the 5% split among the two of these things, not necessarily a 50-50 split, but we'll see how they tackle it. And on top of that, the eligibility criteria for cryptocurrency is a market capitalization exceeding $500 billion. And in the past year, the only cryptocurrency that has done that is Bitcoin. But again, we'll see how things pan out. We'll see what's going on, what will happen with all of this. I'm assuming more cryptocurrencies will become eligible one way or another. I have a feeling that maybe market capitalization is not the greatest criteria to follow, but what do I know? I'm just a dude. Another interesting thing we should cover is custody requirements because the investments must be held securely either through qualified custodians or regulated exchange traded products, ensuring compliance with financial regulations. A little weird, I think, not holding your crypto in in a cold wallet, but allocating custody to somebody else. Again, a little weird, but I get it. All of the red tape you have to navigate, all of the people you have to talk to in order to make sure this works. And if this is the way it has to start, this is the way it has to start. Though, I do not suggest anyone keeping their crypto in exchanges or trusting the custody of your crypto to anyone else, but the government might know better.
I mean, didn't we say this last week or the week before? Not
like,
sure keys, not sure wallet, not sure money.
Yeah, not sure crypto, exactly. I feel like we talk about this all the time, but apparently the people of New Hampshire did not get the message.
So that leaves me slightly confused about how that's going to work.
Me too. I'm guessing what it comes down to is the fact that they want to allocate the funds for the crypto, but at the same time they do not want to be directly responsible for keeping tabs on it because that's probably not how it works for other investments. Because I imagine it's very different what we do for crypto and what we do for, I don't know, freaking precious metals. So it would be easier
that they're trying to just like streamline it, right?
Yeah, in like a very
and that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's lumped in together with precious metals. I'm assuming they're going to buy gold from like a verified provider and then store it with like a verified secure storage facility, and that's sort of what they want to do with crypto, however counterintuitive it is, but it makes sense for the sake of streamlining, I guess.
Okay, I guess so.
I mean, I guess it's a step in the right direction, so we'll see what happens. And they are the first state to do so. I know there were a few that were trying to do the same thing, but I'm going to get back on topic here really quick. Stop peeking ahead of schedule. I can see you here. Go back up.
I wanted to. Okay.
Back to the topic at hand. So this This initiative reflects a strategic approach to diversify the state's investment portfolio and hedge against inflation. While similar proposals have been introduced in other states like Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, and Florida, they have not advanced, and New Hampshire's successful enactment of House Bill 302 may serve as a model for other states considering the integration of digital assets into their financial frameworks. And as the as of the law signing, Bitcoin was trading approximately 94.8, highlighting the significant value and potential impact of such investment of the state finances. Again, I feel like we've sort of already did a recap before we got through the entirety of the summary of the article. The article itself is pinned in the description if you want a little more information on all the happenings, on all the goings and comings and whatever. So make sure to check that out. And without further ado, I guess let's talk about the next crazy story.
Okay. Now you have to-
Oh, audio,
Uh,
audio.
all right, just say it. Just spit it out.
Just say it.
Hmm?
Okay.
Just say it.
I'll,
It's fine.
I'll just say it. I'll just say it. Okay, I'm gonna pull this image up really quick because it's very relevant. it's, it's very relevant. And fun fact: if you ask ChatGPT for an image of a hacker, it won't give you one.
He's wearing a mask.
It won't give you one.
Oh,
But if you ask for a
interesting.
picture of a robber using a laptop, it will give you this. So,
Wow.
okay, a bit of a life hack for y'all. But anyway, so the crazy story for tonight is North Korean spy slips up, reveals ties in a fake job interview. And if the title is a little lackluster, a little confusing, and let's just get into it. A recent Cointelegraph investigation led by cybersecurity expert Heiner Garcia has uncovered a North Korean operative's attempts to infiltrate the cryptocurrency industry through a fake job interview. And again, I would not believe any of this if there was no proof, if there were no images and etc. in the actual article, but they do exist. You can check them out. The link is in the description. I do not dare pull them on screen. I feel like my life is good without showing off a North Korean spy, but I can talk about it.
You know, I have questions now, right? Like, how exactly did this happen? How did this interview go? Like, tell me you have all the details.
Okay, so somehow it is both overwhelming and underwhelming at the same time because I did not expect this to happen in the first place, and the way it's handled is a little underwhelming. But we have a good news story, and I feel like it's fairly comedic. So the operative's identity, the individual using the alias Matoki, posed as a Japanese blockchain developer. However, during the actual interview, and the interview by the screenshot, it looks like it was either done in Zoom or Google Meets, like any other interview in anywhere else in the world for a virtual position. And this Matoki guy had failed to demonstrate proficiency in Japanese and exhibited behaviors inconsistent with his claimed background in the blockchain space. So not only could he not really speak Japanese, and not only did he not really know much about blockchain tech in the first place, on top of that, they also managed a screen sharing mishap because at one point in the review, in a critical error, Matoki shared his screen, revealing access to the private GitHub repositories linked to a known North Korean threat factor, also known as
No.
Best Selection 18, and this connection provided concrete evidence of his association with Korean cyber operations.
Okay, so I have questions. Like, as he's trying to speak Japanese, I'm really sorry if this comes off sounding really racist. Did like a Korean accent come through?
I don't know. They didn't. They didn't share a recording. They did share a few screenshots, but I'm assuming he just couldn't put put two and two in Japanese. But and here, let me read through here. So the behavior red flag that caught their attention because throughout the interview, Motoki repeated scripted responses, appeared to search for answers in real time, indicating lack of genuine expertise, and his abrupt departure from the interview further raised suspicion. So the guy tried to speak Japanese, couldn't, tried to read the script, couldn't sell it, and then he just bailed on the interview after sharing his GitHub repositories. I mean, you really got to feel for the guy. Speak about punching above your weight. You know what I mean?
So, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me that maybe y'all should be using Magneto HR.
Good point.
Right?
Oh,
Like, oh, are you guys finding shitty interviewees for jobs? Are they qualified? I don't
exactly.
know.
See?
Try using Magneto HR, y'all.
Yeah, Magneto
This one's
HR
out to you.
will handle all of this headache for you, and I'm fairly certain they'll be able to figure out whether or not the applicant is a North Korean spy.
They would have flagged that a long ass time ago. They wouldn't even have an interview.
I mean, if this happens a lot, maybe there will be like a dedicated section for that if you're looking to hire a North Korean spy. Hey, C-Money is in chat. I also
What up?
see Even Waves' evil twin brother. Hello and welcome. Please join us in exploring the escapade of the North Korean hacker / threat factor.
Like, this is crazy. Didn't they have another guy that they said was from North Korea stealing like a bunch of money, a bunch of crypto again?
Yeah,
They had one not
yeah,
that long ago
yeah, we
as
talked
well.
about that. And again, like all this stuff is a little difficult to believe because all of this feels like just outrageous claims. Hackers like from this country, hackers from that country, and there isn't much they can provide for whether it is for legal reasons, whether it is because they want to keep, whether it is because they want to play their cards a little closer to the vest. But in this case, because it was Cointelegraph playing part in the investigation, we have a picture of the guy from the meeting. We have a screenshot of the. We have a screenshot.
Okay, you have to put the screenshot up.
I
Come
really don't want to do
on.
that, man. I really don't want to
Oh,
do
by
that.
the way, last time when you were saying, "Oh, I wasn't sure if it was shared by Snoop with Snoop in a bunny costume,"
Yeah.
it was on his Instagram. He
Okay.
shared it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a great photo, by the way. I saw it. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you could have put it on."
It suits him. It suits him. He's also like super tall, which is why it probably works so well.
He's super tall.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
But,
back to the
I need
topic.
to see the screenshot.
Well, I'll tell you what. There is a link pinned in the description. You can click on that right now and scroll straight through. You can even see the guy's fake ID.
You know what? I'm going to take a look at it now. Thank you.
Yeah, go for it.
See, this is what happens when I'm not allowed to scroll forward and take a look at these notes.
Yep.
I
So,
want to.
and the broader implications of all of this happening, this incident highlights the sophisticated tactics. Well, I don't know if I'd really call them sophisticated. They did try very hard. Employed by North Korean operatives to penetrate the crypto sector, and it underscores the need for heightened vigilance in remote hiring process, especially in industries handling sensitive information. Oh, Funk said, get your notes today. Absolutely. Go ahead and get your notes for MetaFlora, for Magneto HR, and for Valley. Okay.
Correct.
And on top of all of this, the guy didn't even bother using a VPN. Look, I feel like...
And North Korea?
Yeah, I have no idea what kind of ISPs they have in North Korea, but he apparently didn't use a VPN to get to the interview.
I'm so confused. Like, I thought they were smarter than this.
I don't know.
Like, sorry, Kim.
See,
Just joking.
this is where the story is like it gets a little weird. But I'll trust Cointelegraph. It's funnier if it's a North Korean spy accidentally sharing his GitHub repositories.
Because, like, yeah, I'm looking at the article right now, and there's...
It looks legit.
Like, I'm sorry, man, but, like, you fucked up. Maybe he's just, like, tossing out, like, I'm from North Korea out there because he's embarrassed for anything else. I don't know.
Yeah, listen.
But, like, that's bad.
Yeah. I
Like,
wouldn't want to
buddy,
be that guy right now, honestly.
Yeah. How not to enter job interviews, okay? Be doing that. If you don't know what you're talking about, don't apply for the job. And using Chat GPT on the fly might not work for you. You don't know how busy the network is going to be and how long you're going to have to wait for a response.
Yeah,
Okay?
at least pay for the pro version. At least get your answers a little quicker.
Like the pro version. Okay.
Yep. Other than that, folks, that's all we've got for you today. And again, just a
Don't forget to
reminder.
like and subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hang on, my overlay is being weird. Yeah, but yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And on top of that, don't forget about the event that is happening tomorrow at 11
That's right.
p.m. Eastern. The podcast hosted by Network Spotlight, that is powered by us because we're going to be doing things in the background for the stream. Also, you'll get to hang out and chat with Johnny and the mysterious representative from Helix that will be announced tomorrow on the spot. But yeah, that's all I got.
Mm-hmm. All right. See y'all next time. Bye.
Okay, bye.